Olive, what are you barking at? What are you barking at? Barking at something. All right, I got a few boards on, and now I want to talk about what I'm actually installing here. So we got 5 boards on. That's what it's going to look like. Anyway, so these are 1-inch rough sawn white pine boards that just came directly off the sawmill. And then I took them down to the shaper and put on the made the tongue the shiplap. And I thought about running these all through the planer so they're the consistent thickness and edging them and then ripping them on the table saw, but that's a huge amount of work, and my shop is already filled with oak flooring and there's just no room. So I decided to just skip that step and just go ahead and use them as they are. So there's going to be some thickness discrepancies, and that's just what's going to happen. Now at the bottom, I'm leaving them all run a little ragged because they're I'll snap a line after and cut them all off evenly and then paint the bottom edges. So the bottoms are not quite where they're supposed to be yet. But so we've got behind the foam here is the half-inch Advantex, which has been taped, so the building is sealed behind that. And then there's 2 inches of foam, and then there's 1-inch strapping. So this siding is not designed to be waterproof. It's designed to shed water because the vertical, the water will drain down the bottom. So almost all the water will drain off the building. And there may be water that gets behind here, but with this 1-inch gap, there'll be a chance for it to completely dry out. And they've also been stained all the way around, so the boards are sealed all the way around. So that's my plan. Yeah, and that's what we're doing, and I'm just gonna keep going. I want to get up to this line here, this pencil line right here. I'm gonna put the ledger on for the porch roof. So I got a few more boards before I get to that. So that's what we're doing. We're installing pine siding. It's already pre-stained. All right, you can see where I'm at now. In that notch there is the spot where the 2x10, and that's what these are. These are the 2x10 ledgers for the rafters for the porch. And so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna cut them to length and put them up. And since they're, I don't think they're 2 inches thick. I think they're, let's see, yeah, they're only about 1 3/4 inches. But that's okay because they'll stick out. See, there's 1 inch of batten strips, and then there'll be 3/4 of an inch, and I can butt the siding right up to it nice and tight. So that's why that's got to go on next, so that the siding can go butt up to it. So it'll all become clear when it's all done. So I'm going to cut these things next. All right, there's the first one. I'm trying to get the second one set. I got to put a couple more screws in that so it doesn't fall on my head, and then move on down to the next one. It's definitely a puzzle. I try to get the pieces to look and fit, because nothing is uniform. But there you go. There's one going around window to window, so it's a nice clean look. No casings on it whatsoever. We ordered these windows with a little sill here, so that the water hits the windows, runs down and over the edge here, and then off. So that's my pet peeve about windows, is they don't have some of them don't have a drip edge here. You gotta have a drip edge. Anyway, these windows here, I am not worried about them all, because they're gonna have a roof over them, so they're never gonna get any weather on them. So that's kind of why I'm starting here, is to see how it goes, and we'll get around to the other windows, and probably we're gonna be caulking our silicone in the crack around there. But very little water will end up getting in there. Anyway, there we have it. That's the beginning of our siding. Isn't it exciting? All right, this is what we got done in one day, and it always just takes a while to get going, get all the right tools out, and to figure out what we're doing. But as you can see, we got over the door. I had to stop where we did, because I've got more batten strips to screw onto the blue foam, and one more day I'll easily be able to get this done, and around the corner, start around the corner. Got the light, ready for the exterior light. That's all in place, and I already did a calculation that's enough siding to finish this back. It's not enough finish up top. That's gonna be the after the porch roof goes on. I'll deal with that. But Kristen and I both thought, boy, wouldn't it be nice to have a granite step right there, but it's just too much weight. So we were like, how can we make a faux granite step with... Anyways, if anybody has any ideas about something, an interesting step there, leave it in the comments. All right, I'm off to go work at another job tomorrow, and I'll be back on this job in a couple of days, and we'll get the backside done, and then it's around the side. All right, hang on, more's coming. You can see there's some siding in there, and some out here, and then all of this out here. It's all been cut to length, run through the shaper, and stained on both sides. So that is actually ready to go on starting tomorrow, because it's too late in the day. But we got the back side of the house done. I think it looks pretty good. It's gives us that nice flush look. No casings. I mean, yeah, no casings around any of the doors or windows. That's what we're going for. And that's the ledger up there for the roof over this section. And this afternoon I started getting this area. This is the side we're going to start on next. Getting this area set. I got the weed whacker out and cleaned it up because it was terrible. Moved the step over, added some more soil in here to get the water to run away. And starting tomorrow, I'm gonna take all that stuff and hopefully go see how far I get. It'd be nice if I have enough stuff to do this entire wall, but I don't know. We're gonna find out when we get to the end. I'm actually gonna start I am gonna put this first board on today, and you can see it has a square edge on it, and that's gonna go right onto here. I'm gonna screw this in. It won't be nailed, it'll be drilled and screwed in place. And I'm thinking that eventually we're gonna run a small corner board here to add another layer over this joint. This is really not intended to be waterproof. It's intended to be water resistant, and it's the other main purpose of it is to keep the light from getting to the foam, because the foam doesn't like the sun, and you can see it's already started to degrade just over the short time it's been exposed. So it's kind of rush to get this covered up and protected so it doesn't degrade any further. Anyway, there you have it. I'm gonna screw this one in place and then call it a day and get an early start tomorrow on putting up all that stuff.